Well, here we are again. It's Saturday, and looks like he's making. I forgot to ask him today. I think a well for all of us. Oh, look at that! The dog's ready to go eat the chicken. It's funny. You missed him. Yeah, look at that. They've got the strut for the roof. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, they accomplish a lot today, like usual. Now, by the way, hey Brian, I'm sanding the entire fucking house with a 120. My fingers are worn to the frickin'. I got no more fingerprints. I did that whole wall and all in the cracks. It reminds me of 3625 Webster Street, where I sanded every piece of oak, including the French doors and every nook and cranny in the entire house, and stained it and varnished it. Anyway, this is, yeah, most contractors don't do that, and it looks kind of crappy on the outside, rough and stuff. But he does a sanding over, a 120. I said, hey, geez, how about a stronger grit? And he says, no, it kind of leaves scratches. He's got pride, this guy. He really does. I like it. And so, yeah, I said, oh, I got to tell you the story. You're going to laugh your head off, okay? So he's using this, actually, it's just like drywall mud, right? It's powder form, mixed with water, and so on. So I saw him doing this, and I'm going, oh, man, you're not doing it right. You know, I've done a lot of that on Webster, and he's got a sanding nightmare here because he's putting it on like concrete. You know, I told him you got to put it on real thin just to cover the highs and lows. Otherwise, you're gonna have sanding nightmare. It's gonna be all wavy. Anyway, whatever. I really don't care. I don't care that much about the walls. They're concrete. It'll look nice anyway. And but anyway, here's the funny part of the story. So. And I wasn't thinking, because normally I wouldn't do this in the United States anyway. I started doing, I thought, oh, this wall would be really nice if it's really perfect and everything. And so I'm covering up all the cracks and stuff with the mud, the white mud. He comes pulling up and he says, hey, man, we don't do that outside, man. It'll get mildew under there, under the paint and everything else. It causes big. I go, oh, shit, yeah. You know, why didn't I think of that? I wouldn't have done that in the United States, putting drywall mud on the outside of your house. But I just wasn't thinking, and I started doing it out here. And so it took me like a half an hour, 45 minutes to wipe it all off with water, scrubbing really hard. I told him later, I said, man, I was laughing the whole time taking it off. I said, you and your wife must have pulled up in your van and said, what the fuck is he doing now? Because I made another error. I came over here and I saw big cracks in the wall and stuff. So I figured, well, I fill in. I made deep, big cracks, so I start filling. He said, hey, man, we don't do that. Because then it won't stick later on. Shit, you know. So I took the thing and I scraped it all off. It's funny. He said, don't worry about it. He says, I learned all my contracting in Canada. And he says, when I got here, I was doing things all wrong, and they just tell me, hey, it doesn't work here. It's not the same here. So it's all different here. Oh, look at this. They're putting up they're starting the grid work here for the ceiling here. They've got Kurt's room done, ready to mount ceiling stuff. It's this stuff. It's very thin. Drywall doesn't work well here, but it's very hard. He says, this is how you know this is the real stuff when it has a serial number. There's a lot of copies out there and they're garbage. He knows his shit and he's very particular. And I'm just very happy. I said, man, thanks. Anyway, got this one done. Ready to go. My room, done today. They just freaking go, go, go. We'll start on this one. There's no stopping with these guys. Yeah. So anyway, if there's anything that you would like to see more particularly, let me know. I'll just videotape it for you. This is a cool. Hey, I got my stereo. Hey, man, I got my stereo. I'll have to videotape it and show you. They're real small. You have 3 units. They're identical. So they each have one dial and a little display. So it's 1, 2, 3. You stack them. They're identical. One's a player, a high quality digital player. The other one's a high quality um, DAC amp, or DAC, digital analog converter, and then the power amplifier. Just really nice. It's going to go right here, and it's going to be, it's not going to take up much room. It's just, I'm going to have a case, and I've got all the outlets here, so the amp can plug right in here. It'll go down the subwoofer, which will be sitting down here for just a little added bass, and then the plug here with the 4 banana plugs to go to the, you can't even see them there, right there and there to come down. They come out there, and then this will be the power. We're going to run power down here for the power subwoofer, and then we're going to put two outlet jacks with 3 on each. So I'll have 6 outlets there for all the stuff. Anyway, excited about that. Anyway, I'm going to have some really high quality music in the room like I've always wanted. Oh, it's beautiful here. The breeze and everything. We were down at the ocean today at Veranda. Oh, by the way, Kurt's almost broken his cherry. I said, hey, did you get the first base? He says, oh yeah, I got the first base. Get second? No, not yet. Yeah, kissing on the girls last night. He didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning. Or actually 4. I woke up at 3:30. I called him at 4 or 5. Actually, he was out partying. Yeah. And anyway, he met some cool foreigners. I met the guy this afternoon, because there was another party going on. So I told him, I said, just be careful with the girls. I gave him a rundown speech on what you got to be careful of. Don't get them pregnant. Don't get a disease, so on and so forth. I said, but go have some fun. I said, my days are over of being your dad. It's time for you to be a man, so go to it. Have as much fun as you can, because I told him, as you know, this is a window of time to enjoy, because they're going to lock everything down again here. I said, go have fun, as much fun as you can. I give him some money. I said, hey, why don't you buy a White Russian? Just taste it. He's really a reasonable kid, and when he talks about alcohol or anything, he's just like me. Yeah, I was feeling a little tipsy, so I was just sipping, because they were buying me drinks and stuff. And, he's just a reasonable, normal kid. Anyway, yeah, I'm sanding this whole fucking thing too. I haven't done that part up there, so you can tell. There's a difference. Yeah, it comes off. It's not a big deal, It reminds me of sanding, like a coat of varnish you put on something that has the bubbles and stuff, and you just sand it like that. It comes off pretty easily, But it's work. So I spent several hours this morning and about an hour and a half here today. I got here an hour and a half ago. I did that whole wall of the bathroom, and this whole wall of the bathroom, and that whole wall outside of my bedroom. So it's getting there. I just got to finish that up there, and it's pretty much the whole house. I'm ready to paint it. So probably next week we'll be painting. Very cool. You got it. I'll tell you. It's the one thing that really excites me about moving into the house, besides having a house for a change and not an apartment that's one room. Listen. It's like, it's as close as I can get to be on an island, and just enjoying everything with the trees. Man, the bugs are so close. Let's take a look at the banana tree. Look at that. I feel so bad for the fucker, because I planted him in the wrong spot. Had no idea they're going to do this. He was in the middle of the house, in the living room, when I marked it all out. Yeah. I take credit for the design, with the exception of the roof. And I didn't even know he was going to do a balcony. That's so cool. I got the chairs for the balcony. They're wonderful. Anyway, so yeah, he wanted my thing. Hey, if I just make it cheap and easy for you, just have a regular frickin' roof like this, like in America. He says, nah, it's a little too boring, and all the other houses over there have that, and this is kind of the style in the Philippines. And I said, hey, knock yourself out. I don't give a damn. Do whatever you want. I said, the only thing is I want to be dry over there. Washing my clothes, my bike, everything else dry. I said, no problem. Look at that. So I don't know if I sent you this. I'm pretty sure I did, but I did a lot of videos. Sometimes I don't get them put up. My lot goes to that pole for sure, maybe that one, and that one. And I paid extra for that, $1,000. Yeah, it was. This might be a review. I might have done this before, but it was. This is why I put the house so close that way. It was like here and there. That's like 200 square meters, and that's our first agreement. And so, like I said, I said, here's the road. I said, you can't really use this. You can't sell it for land. How about you sell? I'll give you another 1,000. I'll make it 3,000 or 3,500,000, 3.5. And I said, I'd like to get to here because you're not going to put somebody on top of me. No, I said, well, if you go here, I'll give you another. He said, okay, we'll do that. So I got a much bigger yard and a balcony and a lot of extra shit. There's no way that I could not sell this for 5.5, 6 million right away. I mean, day one. And if I put it up at 7, it's possible. But I'm not going to do that. It's too old for that shit. This is where I'm going to be until I'm dead. Yes. And Kurt and I were reviewing the online teaching and such, and I found a site. Get this. I found a site with no age requirement, no TESOL requirement, no TOEFL, no degree, and they pay less, but it's still $10 an hour. Jeez, with his personality and everything else and speaking native language, yeah, I'm just hoping it all stays together. Shit's hitting the fan already. We got only a couple years, if not months. Anyway, time to get